Hi everyone, my name is Linda Jenkins and I am the owner of DOT FMCSA Compliance Specialist, and today we're discussing several of the different traits for successful transportation owner-operators. Before I do get into the presentation though, I would like to ask that you please hit pound replay if you're catching this on the replay so that I can thank you personally for visiting my videos. And also, if you'd like to contact me directly, up in the description or below in the description, depending if you're seeing it on YouTube or if you're watching it on Facebook, you should be able to contact me at DOT Compliance Specialist at gmail.com. I'll make sure to put that link in there for you to be able to follow through if you are interested in contacting me directly for assistance or for commentation. So let's go ahead and get started into the presentation. The first thing that you have to do is remember to control your thinking. Your thinking is what's going to identify, your willingness to pursue your dream. Now, a lot of times when you are first, thinking about or even discussing your dream of owning a transportation company, so many times, so many people like to be negative Nancy's is what I call them. And I'm sorry if your name's Nancy, I'm not calling you negative. It's just the way that some people are. And so by that I'm meaning that, they like to say, oh, you can't do this. Kate never could do nothing. And if you've taken the first step to say, hey, I want to have this kind of business, then why not? If other people can do it, you can too. So, step up. Be the person that you want to be. The sky's the limit. There's nobody stopping you and saying, hey, you can't do this. If they're going to say you can't do it, prove to me why I can't do it. Because there's never been anything that I haven't been able to do that I wanted to do, within reason, that is. But you have to take control of the way that you're thinking. And the next thing you have to do is you got to stop depending on other people to do it for you. For you to be successful in your business, guess what? You are going to have to be the one that pursues it. You are going to be the one that has to get past that frame of mind, that mentality that says, I can't do it. And Kate never could. Jump on board. Be your own boss. If that's what you want to be, go after it. Go for it. But you also have to look at what's the steps that's going to get you there, because unplanned success rarely happens. You're going to have to make a plan of action for your steps to become success. So what's the very first thing that you should do? What's the very first thing? Everybody's asked me, what's the first thing? What can I do so that I can start my own business? Well, the first thing, before anything, prepare. And the way that you prepare is by what? Pay yourself first. Even if you're working at a telephone company and you're wanting to go into transportation, even if you're a secretary sitting behind a desk, the very first thing that you want to do is say, I got to start paying myself first and living off of the remainder so that I can get a money saved up to put down for my deposit. Because you don't want to have to go into debt like Baku's to buy a big truck, because you've already started out in the negative, and that's not a good way to start out in a trucking industry, because it's very difficult, especially if, the unforeseen were to happen. So to prepare for that is before you decide to leave your first job, whether you're driving for someone else or whether you're even in an office job, is pay yourself first. Put a minimum of 20% of whatever you make, whether it's on a job or whether it's on a load, put 20% back. Save it into an IRA, a 90-day IRA. Save it into a 401k. Save it into a regular savings account. I don't care. But put it back so that you can get to that money, in about a 6-month period, so that you can take that money and use that money as a deposit on your purchase of your truck. That way, you're borrowing money from yourself. You're not borrowing money from an outside lender. That way, you don't have to pay the extraordinarily amount of interest rate that you'll have to pay, because you don't want to go into a truck, owing 2 different loans at the same time on the same truck. And don't go into a lease program. I know a lot of people, they work for these large companies and they say, oh, join our lease to own program. Most of the time, that's always going to be in their favor. And for the unsuspecting driver, they're going to fall like I did. I hate to say it, but I did. I mean, I'm human. I make mistakes. When I first started out as my own owner-operator, I decided to take a lease program. And when I did not realize that, when they said, oh, we can provide the insurance for you and everything. Well, that was just a glorified slave thing there. And what my meaning is that, if you're running, even if you, so-called own that truck, and you're running underneath their MC number, every mile you make, every safe mile you make, every good inspection you have, guess who gets that information on their safer report? They do. You don't. And so when you decide, okay, it's time for you to leave that company and open up your own company, because you've already got your EIN number, you've got your Block 3, you've got your, everything in order. But you've been running that MC number underneath their insurance. So guess what? Your insurance has been inactive for a year. Even though you've had that MC number, it's been inactive for a full year, or however long you've been running for them. So the quicker you can get it off of their insurance and put it on your own insurance, you'll activate your MC number. And if they won't allow you to do that, then you need to leave that company, because you are doing nothing to help yourself. And you're basically paying them to allow you to run their loads for them. That's basically what it runs down to, because it doesn't seem that way until the day you get ready to close and say, okay, I'm done with y'all, I'm ready to go out on my own. Because guess what? If you put down a $10,000 deposit, $5,000, whatever their requirement is, then you can basically kiss at least 75-85% of that gone. Bye. And it doesn't matter what condition you leave that truck in, they're going to find a way to take that money from you. So what you've saved, you've now lost, right? So just don't get entangled up in those lease programs. Find someone that's already doing what you want to do and ask them if they would consider being your mentor. And if you can get them to be your mentor, then you're going to be able to succeed, hopefully, if they have good advice for you. The next thing is create you a vision board. Be a visionary. A vision board can be anything. Anything you can dream can go on that. It can be, a 4-story house, mansion. It can be, a big 200 fleet, 1,500 fleet trucking company. You can have one truck on there if that's what your vision is. But every day, start your day with a picture of that vision board and watch it several times a day. And what you can do is, after you get that vision board created, even if one side is personal and one side is business, put it up on your wall, take a quick picture of it, put it as your wallpaper, so that when your phone goes into sleep mode, or when your laptop goes into sleep mode, guess what? That vision is sitting there, and it's letting you be a reminder. Hey, I'm wanting this. What's my next step? What can I work on right now to get me closer to that step? And that's going to be your daily, even your minute and hourly reminder to get you where you want to be. Determine who in the people that you know can be your mentor, and try to get free advice from them, okay? Then that way, that helps you get into action, okay? So when you get into action, don't just create a regular action list. Everybody's heard of that. What do you need to go with that? You need a list of people or companies, to help you get that action completed. Prioritize which one is the most important right now. Who do I need to contact to get into there? Be ready to take even a tiny step to get you closer to what it is that you're wanting to do. Because no step is too small if it's in the right direction. My teacher when I was in 9th grade, I love Miss Cooper, and one of her things was inch by inch, life's a cinch, and yard by yard, life is hard. Meaning, inch by inch, life's a cinch. Meaning, small, steady, consecutive steps in one direction toward your goal. You're gonna make it. If you're taking big steps, like if you had to save up $1,000 to pay a tax bill, okay, and you've been saving $100 a week for 10 weeks, do you think that's going to hurt as bad as having to pull out $1,000 all at one time out of your savings account to pay that tax bill? It's not. And so don't set yourself up for failure. Get into action early, and can continue to have that same action, or that series of actions, until you get to the goal that you need. The next thing is when you're making those actions, you also have to remember that you need to prepare for growth. Okay, what are you doing to identify what requirements are going to be necessary for that next stage, or for that next obstacle that you're going to have to overcome? In the transportation business, that might be, doing your binders and your manuals for your DOT, FMCSA, new entrant, for your trucks, for your trailers, your maintenance records, your inspection records, your OSHA compliant records, your FDA records if you're running reefers. What are you doing to keep all of that stuff together, or even to get it, together initially? Have you taken those steps? Do you know what even is required for each one of those? And is it necessary for you to know it? Or are you going to, maybe get somebody else, outsource it to take care of it for you? Another one is, your training programs for yourself and your drivers. There's certain types of training that has to be done on an annual basis. Are you making sure that that's being done? So think about the things that you need to do to prepare for growth. The next one is being uncompromising and relentless in your pursuit of success. Don't stop. The more you run, the more you're going to save. In other words, like if you take my advice from earlier and I say set aside 20%, okay, if you're running and you're running hard, okay, then that means more jobs. More jobs means more money. More money means faster you can get your truck, right? Okay, so don't let the fear of it stop you. Run legal. Run teams if you have to. But don't stop. Don't compromise your dream, simply because somebody else has, decided that they don't want to continue with what that dream is, okay? Also, you're human. You're not always going to be right on everything. Every person is going to make a mistake or a misstep along the way. Mistakes happen. You're human. I'm human. Make your apology and then go on. Don't sit and dwell on it. If you are an introvert, we have a tendency of either balling up in a ball and just wanting the world to go away, or we turn around and we talk to people that can't help us in the least, just to complain. So you have to get past that stage. Now you may have to stop for a bit just to rest, whether it's a day, whether it's a month, whether it's 3 months. You may have to stop for a bit just to rest and go get your mind a little bit clear so that you can go on to that next step. But restart. Don't let it go. Continue with what you're doing, because that's your dream and you don't want to lose it. Now, one of the ways that you can keep it going, even if you're not in the public eye, is to educate yourself. Watch videos. YouTube has all kinds of videos. Google has videos. Bing has videos. Yahoo has videos. Go out online. Check those videos out. There's always somebody where you're at right now, on a video. All you have to do is find it. You can read books. Read blogs. Go to different websites. Take educational courses that's going to help you in different aspects, whether it's like a safety compliance course, whether it's, how to build your business, how to learn how to delegate work out, how to address the issue for, oh God, you charge too much. anything it is that you can think of, you know, what lanes are the greatest lanes to run, and which ones pay better at what times of the year. You know, all of that stuff. That's investing in yourself. And guess what? Anything you do to educate yourself, if you have to pay for it, it's a tax write-off at the end of the year. Use those tax write-offs. They're worth it. The next thing is you have to have a team mentality. You cannot expect that you're going to be doing all of this on your own. Every one of you guys that are watching this video have either walked into an office or walked into your terminal, and you see that different people are doing different aspects of that business that you're wanting to be involved in. Okay? Do you see one person sitting there taking and doing all of it like an octopus arms or something, you know? No, you see different people specializing in different aspects. And that's only because that boss had the vision and the willingness to delegate the work out. How much of your work are you delegating out to others? If you're not delegating it out, you're either going to lose yourself or lose your business. And that's just the truth of it. You know, you have to get your support team in place, you know, because each individual is going to have their specialty, whether it's accounting, whether it's taxes, whether it's dispatching, whether it's, you know, maintenance, whether it's safety, whether it's training. I mean, think of the different departments within your own organization for which you work for or have worked for in the past. One person didn't do it all, you know. They had to delegate it out. So that gets you into the team mentality. Okay, you have to have a team mentality to succeed with this or any other business. But when you're talking about several hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can make in a year off of one truck or even more, don't take a chance of losing it simply because you're not willing to grow. You know, this is not the industry of the 70s. You can't just do everything like what you used to could do on your own, you know, because there's just so many more rules and regulations. You know, your e-logs, you know, your fuel, your IFTA, your, you know, your permits. I mean, that's just like a little bit of what this huge mountain has become. You know, a lot of people say it's too much government regulated. Well, there had to be a reason for it at some point for it to be there in this place that we are right now. And this is what we have, and so this is what we have to deal with. And, you know, if you're willing to find somebody to help you out, that's probably going to be your best route. So anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen to my video today. I appreciate it. If you would, please remember to put pound replay below in the comment section. I'll be glad to thank you personally for watching my video. In addition to that, if you'd like to contact me in the description area, whether it's at the top or at the bottom or even over to the side, depending on which avenue you're watching it, I'll be glad to take that email. It's DOTFMCSA Compliance Specialist at gmail.com. If you want to, you can email me directly. We do have training and conference calls available. If you want to, just request a sign-up sheet for me, and I will be glad to send you one of those sheets so that we can find out more information from you regarding the types of training or conferences or coaching that you need. Prior to that, we need to go ahead and review your expectations for the conferences or the training session. So please make sure you have a pen and paper ready once we do schedule a call. Again, you can reach me at DOTFMCSA Compliance Specialist at gmail.com. One last time, just to summarize what we've discussed in this short little meeting today, is the different traits of a successful transportation owner-operator business, which is control your thinking, be a visionary, create your vision board, get into action, be prepared for the growth that is inevitable, be uncompromising and relentless in your pursuit of success, educate yourself, and have a team mentality. to support your efforts. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate your time today. Please, again, make sure to hit pound replay at the bottom, and I'll be glad to acknowledge your presence in today's meeting. Until I see you again, you guys be safe out there and stay between the ditches. Thank you. Bye-bye.